So Fallout 4 is a comfort game for me. I always come back to it. Even though I recently bought a new game, I just always come back to Fallout 4. I just simply love existing in that particular world, and I like how the game plays and feels. I like the atmosphere, I like creating and leveling up a character, and I like the gameplay loop and combat system. But that is not the issue I have, nor is it the bad main quest, which I already expressed in this particular video. You see, Fallout 4's gameplay loop consists of exploring, then engaging in combat, then looting, then going over all of your loot and retreating to your personal settlement so you can level up your character, gear, and armor. Then the loop repeats as you go through missions and DLCs, and eventually you'll have a character that is kind of complete, with a specific set of perks, weapons, and armor, and if you're role-playing, I think it just makes things better. In every playthrough I do, I go through every single mission and DLC, although recently I just been skipping the main quest altogether. But when I reach around level 50-ish or so, I just come to the conclusion that my character is finished. I have all the perks I want, I have all the armor I want, I have all the weapons I want, and my character looks the way I want as well. And if I'm going with companions, they'll be already fully equipped and their affinity quests will be completed as well. So by this point, the only thing left is just tackling quests. And if by this point all of your settlements are complete, or at least your personal one, the gameplay loop is changed. You remove looting and upgrading, and you are simply left with exploring and combat. And if you played the game quite a few times like me, you already probably know the outcome of the different quests you can do. But by this point, I just simply start fantasizing about a different playthrough, a different character, a different set of weapons and armor. And what I do is that I just start a new character. And it just personally sucks a little because I hate abandoning characters, especially considering how much time and effort I put into them. And there's this weird sense of attachment to them as well. Recently, I've been doing a playthrough based on myself. I gave that character my name, a similar appearance to me, and I just did a basic survival build with automatic weapons. I personally love playing survival mode. In my eyes, it's the only way to play Fallout 4. Once you experience it properly, I think there's no going back. And I think this gameplay loop issue happens with other games as well. Now you gotta count in the familiarity factor as well. Who would not want to go back to the games they already know? The same thing happens to me with Payday 2 and Animal Crossing. This issue has been affecting me too much that I'm to a certain point scared of trying new games. And the new games I try, they just simply do not live to the personal expectations that I have. And this is silly because that's the point of trying out new games, right? Experiencing different gameplay loops, different stories, different characters, and multiplayer experiences as well. But with most new games being extremely disappointing, expensive, or most modern multiplayer games have battle passes and systems to keep you playing every single day of the month, not because you want to, because you feel like you have to. Just things like this just always pulled me back to the same games I played. And I just been having a hard time getting out of this weird loop of playing the same games over and over again. And you know, I think if you have friends to play multiplayer games with, it'll be easier for you to try new things because everyone just proposes different stuff and everyone just tries out different stuff. So it's good, but as a person who mostly plays single player games or multiplayer games by myself, it's just kind of hard to break out of this weird loop. So I guess the only thing you can do is try to keep an open mind and try to constantly look out for new games that you may like. I guess it's not bad if you do not step out of a category of games you like, but I think it's becoming kind of difficult to find new games that you may like because you actively have to look out for them on YouTube or on lists or on pages, and actively looking for recommendations is just kind of tiring for me. And you may be thinking, well, indie games are always the answer. Well, try spending a few hours browsing games on itch.io. It's almost like spending time on social media or on different online stores. There is just so much content out there that is just hard to pick. I feel overly saturated all the time and it sucks, but we always have to try, right? Try to find new experiences and such. As someone who's interested in film, I like using movie for example because it allows you to find good content that was curated by someone and not by a AI, and you're not bombarded by a gazillion titles every single week. Oh, and by the way, this is not sponsored, I just wish it was. And well, more than a particularly well thought out video, I guess I just wanted to express myself, to vent a little, and attempting to go back into video production. These last few months have been particularly hard for me, and video production is just this thing that I always come back to as well. So tell me, have you been stuck in a loop like the one I'm currently stuck at? Do you have a comfort game that you always come back to? I'll be sure to read you in the comments down below, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.